한국이 알아.
Hey, what is going on, guys? It is the SMT. Thank you for tuning in to watch this edition of the SMT YouTube channel. Today we're looking at a couple of topics, well, actually about 3 items from T-Mobile. Part of it, obviously, merger implications because of what's going on in terms of not only their financial side, but then also network integration. And we're also going to look at their prospects as they compete for the number 2 spot with AT&T almost immediately with the merger, and how that could change and actually be happening a lot sooner than people think. Okay, so before I get going with today's content, it's going to be a good video. Please check out the description box. We've got links to the SMT Patreon page. We've got $1, $2, and $3 tiers for you to get exclusive access to videos and other types of content, perks, interactions. Join a community of like-minded network tech enthusiasts. Formal welcome to all the newest members. Thank you guys, and welcome to you all. Also, a link to the second channel, Sneed Mobile Tech live streams, the Twitter handle at SneedTech, and Megadon.net. Never need another social media platform ever again. The social media platform of the future. No algorithms, no ads, no tracking. Megadon.net. So for topic number 1, we're going to take a look at what T-Mobile is doing with its senior secured notes. They've agreed to sell $19 billion of these senior secured notes. Closure of the notes is official as of April 9th, 2020. That would be tomorrow at the time of this recording. Of course, they are subject to closing conditions, but it looks like that is a go. All of this for the use to basically net the proceeds to repay amounts associated with the Sprint merger. I believe the merger came in at over $26 billion in terms of overall value. And in terms of business operations, network integrations, debt, all the things associated with this transaction could be utilized in terms of these senior secured notes. Second piece, contracts. T-Mobile has disclosed a deal between the I guess I want to say the manufacturers, Nokia and Ericsson. It is a 3-year deal worth about $43 billion, all merger-related upgrades, and now we have integration with new tower builds, especially the 2.5 gigahertz 5G spectrum. If you guys notice, absent from this deal, Samsung. So T-Mobile previously did have deals with Samsung, but it looks like they've skipped out this time around. So my takeaway from this is Nokia and Ericsson are going to be moving forward as the exclusive manufacturers for hardware on the 5G side, as stated by the new CEO of T-Mobile, Mike Sievert. Back in 2018, T-Mobile did peg Ericsson for a lot of its 5G builds. That was at a value of about $3.5 billion. Most of that, we're talking about the 600 megahertz band 71 NR and 5G build. So they're going to stick with the formula that they have, but now they're kind of throwing Nokia into the mix. They do have a strong relationship with both of those manufacturers. We'll see if Samsung ever does make it back into the fold with T-Mobile. All right, now for the T-Mobile and Sprint merger, what it looks like for the company. And we've got a research study here from a company by the name of Waveform. So looks like the new company will be swiping customers away from the big 2, according to analysts, journalists' beliefs, and the research firm Waveform. They have surveyed quite a few customers, those that are wireless customers, and it shows that AT&T customers quite willing to leave for greener grasses, specifically for 5G on the new T-Mobile network. So here's the breakdown of this data. The way it works out is 28% are somewhat interested, 40% are interested in switching. So that would be the overall number. Now, in terms of Verizon, how they compared AT&T, when you look at those two companies' customers, if they would consider the new T-Mobile network, Verizon customers came in at 45% not interested in the new T-Mobile. AT&T customers, 38% not interested. So clearly, Verizon customers more committed to their carrier. In terms of not sure, Verizon at 30%, AT&T customers 34%. Now, in terms of somewhat interested, Verizon customers at 19%, and then 21% for AT&T. Now, here's the interesting one. Those that are very interested in switching, AT&T customers at 8%, Verizon at 6%. So there's a higher somewhat interested and a higher very interested from the AT&T side. So that's kind of the takeaway there. Important notes from the study: many customers appear to still not really truly understand what 5G is and how it benefits them or their lives. But for those that have any excitement or any understanding of 5G, they are quite often T-Mobile and or Sprint customers. And of course, Verizon Wireless customers remain most loyal to their services. One more thing to look at, and this is pretty interesting here, and I'll kind of slide here to make this larger. Okay, so there are the values for this particular this analysis. This is Verizon customers showing that they have the best cell signal at home. This data was collected. You guys can see how this breaks down. Basically, when it comes to very good or good signal, Verizon had the highest score of 79. AT&T and T-Mobile both came in at 65, and then Sprint came in at 61. Now, obviously, this is self-reported. These are what customers are declaring in the study. In terms of very bad or bad numbers, the lower percentage would be good. Verizon came in best at 7%, T-Mobile at 15%, AT&T at 16%, Sprint at 19%. So T-Mobile, AT&T, and even Sprint in that case are very, very close. They're within a few percentage points. Verizon way ahead of the game there. And the last thing I wanted to note, all the way to the left there, very bad signal. If you look at Verizon, 1%. And if you look at AT&T and T-Mobile at 3%, those are great numbers in my opinion. But if you look at Sprint, it's at 8%. So clearly Sprint lagging behind. Those days are now, it's a thing of the past now that we have the merger. So if you take them out of this kind of analysis, you're looking at a 3-horse race, and you could see that AT&T and T-Mobile very, very close in a lot of metrics. Verizon still, in my opinion, seem to lead the way in customer experience metrics. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. This is a great discussion point. Obviously not scientific, but these are the perceptions of customers, and this explains a lot of why people stick with Verizon. If they really truly feel this way about their service, it explains why the churn rate for Verizon is always so low and people always stick with them, even though they are the more premium and more expensive carrier. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Sound off in the comments section below. Let your voice be heard. The voice of the SMT Nation. Go ahead and let me know. Drop me a line. Love to hear what you guys have to say. If you appreciated and enjoyed this video and found it informative, please do hit that like button and share it to your favorite social media platforms. That would be amazing. Thank you so much in advance for that. Also, if you're new, maybe this is the first time that you visited the channel, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And and I've handpicked some other videos for you to check out. So if you're not ready to leave, you can check those out. Thank you so much in advance for that. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm the SMT, and we will see you guys on the next video. Peace.